sort of my base routine. So I'll be doing my foundation, my concealer, contour and highlight. So let's just get started. Before we start with makeup, I would definitely ask you to prep your skin. Put a lot of time into prepping your skin for makeup because it really does help in the long run. So today the product that I'm going to be using is the 2% glutathione serum from the Dermaco. It's basically an antioxidant. It's actually one of the best antioxidants. So what antioxidants do is kill free radicals in the environment, so they can basically cause things like aging and oxidative stress, and also therefore have like an anti-aging benefit. So this is the 2% glutathione serum, and I also have here the 500 mg glutathione effervescent tablets for skin illumination by the Dermaco as well. So I've been using these products in conjunction for the past week, I think. This basically also helps to promote the production of lighter melanin in your skin. So over time, you will also find that your skin will become less scarred pigmentation wise, and it will start to look more even. I've been struggling with acne for the longest time, and the most irritating part of acne is obviously the pigmentation, because the acne, it comes and goes and it lasts for about 3-4 days, but the pigmentation is what lasts the longest for me. So I'm constantly looking for products that sort of brighten up the skin and also take care of the pigmentation. I really like the formula of this. I've been wearing this both day and night every single day. Because it's a gentle product. It's not like an acid that you need to like be cautious with, because it's not like taking away any dead skin or anything like that. It's just basically going to stay on your skin and make sure that your skin is protected. So I've been using it day and night, and I really like the formula. It's very lightweight and it's very hydrating, and it almost leaves like a dewy finish on the skin. So I've actually been enjoying wearing this under makeup a lot. So you're supposed to use this on clean skin. Put some product on your, I like to only use my fingers, and then just simply massage it into the skin. It's very lightweight, it sinks in almost immediately. It leaves this sort of just glow on the skin, and I really like it. And this is the one product that I've been using every single time I do my skincare, which is twice a day, in the morning and at night, just before bed. And for the tablets, you basically just need to drop one into a glass of water. I would recommend cold water because it will taste nice that way. This is like the pineapple flavor, so it tastes good. You just drop it in, and it's an effervescent tablet, so it basically just dissolves on its own. You don't really need to stir it, and it takes about like half a minute to a minute, and then you can just drink it. And you're supposed to take one of these a day. This is 500 mg, and the serum is at a concentration of 2%, which is not too high, but I feel it's effective because it's definitely working. I had a lot of pigmentation under here as well, and it's already starting to sort of lighten up a little bit. I had a lot of new acne around this area, which is why it might appear red. For this stuff, I definitely like to use my niacinamide, the product that I talked about in my last video. But this definitely helps with illumination, and it's a very good potent antioxidant. So this is definitely something that you can wear daily. I would recommend wearing this day and night, and I've been using this daily. And within a week with both of these products, I've definitely noticed the difference, especially in sort of the texture of my skin, in terms of hydration also, because the formula is really nice. I really love the formula. And again, with any skincare or even without skincare, whatever you do, please make sure that you put on sunscreen. And you can buy both of these on the Dermaco website. I will list it on the screen and in my description box. And also use my code SHARMA20, which will get you 20% off of your entire purchase on the website. It doesn't work on bundles because their bundles and combos are already at discounted prices. But any individual products that you might choose to buy, you can use my code. These products are also available on Nykaa, Amazon and Flipkart. So make sure you check them out. And I would definitely recommend that you take like a 1-week challenge with these two products. Take one of these a day for a week and apply this both day and night for a week. and definitely take like before and after pictures. And if you like want to show me, you can DM me on Instagram. I will leave my handle also on the screen and in my description box. Please tag me. I would love to see your results. Now that I'm done with my serum, I'll put on my moisturizer, and the serum is quite nice in terms of hydration as well, so I'm not going to put a lot of moisturizer. First of all, just put it in the areas where I don't get as oily. So that's for me definitely my cheek area, because my T-zone is oilier. Now we'll let the skincare sit on the skin for a while, and meanwhile I'll start mixing my foundation, which is definitely gonna take some time. I never wear foundations on their own because I never am able to find one that suits me just like straight out of the bottle. Definitely need to mix a few in varying proportions to at least sort of match my face. So I have 4 of them here. I'm very extra with this. I have the Dior Backstage Face and Body in the shade 2WO. This is a very good foundation. Definitely works for me kind of when I wear it alone, when I wear a very thin layer of it. But it is definitely a little lighter. Then I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place in the shade Tawny. It again is very light and also a little peachy, but the coverage of course is very nice, so I keep this in the mix somehow to just make things work. And then I have, and also both of these are matte foundations. This is not necessarily a matte, this is more like a skin finish. This is definitely more of a matte. So I like having matte finishes in the mix somewhere, because if I mix only dewy foundations, they tend to look a little greasy on me. This is the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. I'm surprised they call it a blur foundation, because on me this foundation is like a good dewy foundation, and the shade that I have is called Olive. It's a good shade, again will work for me if I wear a thin layer, but it is a little on the darker side if I want to build it up. So I've taken very little, not even like a full pump of the Becca one. Now I'm gonna mix an even tinier amount of the Estee Lauder, if I can get it to open. Just that much, not even a drop. Then I'm gonna mix the Dior Backstage. I have another foundation here, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Again, good foundation, not the best coverage, also matte and also light. So I want to make sure that I mix these and test this mix first before I mix in the other foundation. If this mix works for me, then I won't use the Wet n Wild. And for foundation, I will use the Real Techniques Instapop Cheek Brush. It's like a slanted version of their foundation brushes. I'm just gonna use my finger to mix these up. This looks a little orange, if I'm being honest. It is kind of orange, but let's see how it looks blended out. So the coverage isn't as good. This does have a little too much of like a peachy, pinky, orangey tint to it. I wish I had like a blue adjuster, but I don't. I have a green, so I'm hoping that will help sort of neutralize a little bit of the pink in the foundation. This is just like a green color corrector, so I'm mixing that in. Yep, I used way too much. I'm gonna have to mix in a little bit of the Wet n Wild. This is what my process looks like, you guys. Like when I'm wearing foundation, this is usually what I'm doing. Let's see how this looks now. It's kind of better. Definitely got a little lighter if I'm being honest, but again, let's see. Yeah, so when you mix in the green color corrector, it gets really good at cancelling out any redness, and definitely gonna drag some down my neck as well. Now I have a thin layer all over my face. I'm gonna keep this brush down and switch to a smaller brush to pinpoint conceal, sort of. So I'm still using the same mix, still from the back of my hand, but using a smaller brush and going over places that need a little bit more coverage. This area I do last because I have a lot of pigmentation here and foundations always look grey. So I'll show you what I do for this. So what I'm doing basically is called pinpoint concealing. This is like a general makeup artist technique to make foundation look as natural as possible on your skin while maintaining good coverage out of it. Because you're not putting a thick layer of product all over your skin, it definitely tends to look more natural compared to using one very full coverage foundation, let's say. And even with this, if I'm being honest, I don't cover everything up. Like, I don't mind a little bit of scarring, a little bit of my imperfections showing through. I just cover the general bits, which I think I have done so far. Because I am going to be using concealer and I don't put it all over my face again. I keep it restricted to my under eye area, but evening that out also even makes sure that your face overall kind of looks flawless, because your eyes are naturally drawn to the center of your face. So if this area is generally clean looking, your face tends to look cleaner. Now for concealer, I'm gonna mix these two. This is the Infallible from L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer in the shade 314 Beige. It's a lot lighter than my skin tone, and it's also very, very pink. I don't know if you can see the pink in it like this, but it definitely is very pink. And then I'm gonna mix in the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the shade G Plus Medium 2. And this is a very yellow color. So I mixed the two to make the end color not very pink and not very yellow. It's kind of in the middle. And the Cover FX is more of a natural finish. I wouldn't call it very dewy or very matte. And the L'Oreal is definitely like a matte formula. So I've picked up the concoction on this brush again, and I'm gonna start patting it under my eyes. And the thing with concealer that's like my favorite to do is actually just pat it and leave it there for a few seconds or minutes, however you want, because I find that it gives you better coverage that way. Maybe some here as well. Then I'm just gonna wait. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start to bust out my contour. I'm gonna be using the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. It's got 4 highlights, 2 contours, one's a cream and one's a powder. I'm gonna use the cream today, and I'm gonna pick up a Real Techniques setting brush. I really like this for cream products. And to pick up the contour, I'm going to use a flat brush, just a synthetic flat brush. Pick it up on both sides. I like to pick up a lot of product in one go so that I don't have to double dip. So I've taken the product on the brush and I'm not going to go back in to the pan. Start by placing it here. Here. I'll put it here later. Then I definitely like to carve out a jawline to make up for the lack of one. And there's still product left in this brush which I'll use for my nose later. Right now I'm just going to start blending this. I'll start with my jaw contour first. And this formula is a very silicone heavy formula, so it blends very easily. Just like by simple tapping, it always blends out seamlessly for me. I've never had an issue with blending this formula out. So if you can get your hands on this palette, I'll definitely recommend it. It's a very good one. So my contour is blended out, not perfect, and also is looking very greasy. So I'll sort of powder a little bit towards the end. Right now I'll start blending my concealer. So because it's been sitting on the skin for a while, what happens is the ingredients in a concealer or a foundation that make it liquid sort of start to evaporate already. So what you're left with is more of the pigment and less of the liquid stuff. I'm just gonna pat it in. This product has too much concealer buildup, so I'm just gonna rub it at the back of my hand to take off excess product and then go in. So that's the general concealing done. Again, not using a lot of product. I like to layer products in very thin layers to make sure it doesn't end up looking cakey. Then for this area, what I like to do is take a darker concealer. This is called Deep Olive from e.l.f. This is the 16-hour camo concealer. This is a matte finish formula. I take a little bit of it and then mix it with the actual concealer that I've been using to lighten it very slightly, and then I'll just feather it along the areas where I have pigmentation. And again, not blending it out immediately. I'll leave it there for a few seconds, minutes, whatever you want to call it. And meanwhile, I'll just quickly finish my nose. I'm using the same brush. I haven't picked up any more product. And just drawing 2 lines straight down. And just put some here. And I'll use the same brush to blend it out. So when you're using a lot of cream products, even after you've given them some time to sort of settle down into your skin, they still look very dewy. Your under eye area is bound to crease no matter what you do. So for that, what I like to do is I take a stiff brush. This is a PAC 014. It's called a concealer brush, but it's just way too stiff for concealer, and also like blending with this will give you streaks. So I don't really like to blend with this. What I actually like to do with this brush is take off product. So I'm not sure if you can see, but there is like some creasing under my eyes. I'll take this brush and just quickly run it along that line to take away some of that product. It doesn't take away a lot of the coverage from the concealer, and it actually makes your makeup look less obvious, because you're taking away all of the areas that it looks excessive, which can be your laugh lines and anywhere you get lines basically on your skin. So that's a neat trick that I like to use. I've taken that away, and the concealer now has been sitting for a while. I'll again take off a lot of the product from this brush and start to tap this concealer into place. And that's what I generally like to do. I'll just quickly go over all of this with my foundation brush to make sure everything looks blended. And once you've already gotten your base down, one thing I would recommend is to never ever use a brush like this, or any other brush for that matter, and use this kind of a motion. You're basically going to take away product, and it's going to defeat the whole purpose. One last thing I'm going to do is just put on some blush as well. I'm wearing blush these days. I don't know what's wrong with me. This is the Benefit Go Go tint. Put some here. Blend it out with maybe the contour brush. I'll just run it here quickly to take off the excess contour product. Is this gonna be too much? Let's see. Yes, this is too much. So what I like to do again is to just take my foundation brush and go over stuff like this quickly, and that brings it down to a more digestible intensity. I'm gonna stick to smaller quantities. I like to keep my blush relatively away from the center of my face. I already have a very thick, as I like to call it, face. So I don't like to draw a lot of attention to, you know what I mean. So cream products are done. Let's start with powders. This is the Revolution Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. I've taken some product out on the lid here, and I'm going to use another Real Technique setting brush to pick up the product and very lightly start tapping it on my under eye area. I like to use a very light hand. Do not rub or you will mess up your concealer for sure. So I use this banana powder thing only on the areas where I've put concealer. And for this sort of area, I'll just probably use my translucent powder, which is the Rouge Bunny Rouge Diaphanous. And my cheeks, I'm obviously going to leave them like this because that's the whole point of the video. I want a dewy skin. And I think that's looking how I wanted it to look. And I am going to be putting on more makeup, but it's not for YouTube. It's for an Instagram post that I'm going to be doing. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I've been doing a lot of makeup looks, so you can take a look at the stuff that I've been doing. And I hope you learned something from this. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.